leaders and government officials gathered today at the National Police Headquarters in Accra to receive His Royal Majesty Otumfuo Osei II. This is the first occasion where the Asantehene has paid a courtesy call to the Inspector General of Police. The event marks a historic meeting between the traditional institution and the police service, where Otumfuo travels to meet the IGP. Usually, it will be the IGP paying him a visit, but this time he came all the way to Accra. Let's cross over now. My colleague James Aveji was at the police headquarters earlier today. First of all, James, let's start with what exactly is the significance of this event, having the Asantehene visits the IGP?
Well, Faustina, I must say that we are still here at the police headquarters where the final lap of activities has just concluded, and I'm sure I'll be briefing you on that. But back to the significance, I think that is huge because, as you said, this is the first time we have the Asantehene leaving his kingdom to come here to the police headquarters to pay a courtesy call on the Inspector General of Police.
James? We seem to have lost connection to James. He's at the police headquarters, just bringing us up to speed some of the key things that have happened today. We saw some key security personnel pass through that meeting. We will be delving into the IGP's address because he gave the Asantehene some assurances when he visited today. We'll delve into that once we get clear connections to James Aveji. We saw the likes of even the former IGP there today and top security experts there while they receive the Asantehene. We want to just get the thoughts of James Aveji on this because he is on the ground, and so we'd like to find out the purpose of this visit. I'm told I have clear connection now to James Aveji. James, I lost you earlier. Please go on.
Yes, I was establishing the fact that this is significant because it is the first time the Otumfuo would have to move from the Ashanti region here to the police headquarters to pay that courtesy call on the IGP. Now, the main focus of this is to hold a meeting between the two parties to look at very significant national security matters, issues, focusing on the safety, the maintenance of law and order across the country. That is the main reason for this visit, and that is what we've been looking at within various activities in the last 4, 5, 6 hours or so since morning around 10 a.m.
And let's delve into the IGP's address. What exactly did he say?
The IGP, Christian Tatayohuno, first starts by acknowledging the deepening of relationship between the police and the traditional authorities, especially the support of the Otumfuo Osei II in the last years in terms of policing in the Ashanti region across Ghana, as well as his committed fight against illegal mining in it.
Also commend Your Majesty and highlight your role in peace building and conflict resolution, which has had a profound impact on national security. Mentioning your exceptional mediation skills, which have restored peace in numerous conflicts across our nation, compels me to describe you as the King Solomon of our time. Your wisdom, patience, and moral authority have brought calm where tension once prevailed, and unity where division once threatened our peace. Specifically, you chaired the Committee of Eminent Chiefs that successfully resolved the long-standing Dagbon chieftaincy crisis, restoring peace and stability to the area. Your mediation efforts in Yendi, and more recently in the protracted Boku conflict, to mention a few, have yielded practical recommendations that continue to guide security operations. Today, the relative calm in Boku has significantly enhanced policing efforts and community confidence. It is worth noting that chiefs, as custodians of land, culture, and customs, remain indispensable partners in maintaining law and order. In this regard, Your Majesty, you have personally intervened in numerous land and chieftaincy disputes in the Ashanti region, restoring sanity, reducing violence, and making policing more effective.
Well, the IGP also spoke about the Otumfo's role in fighting galamsey, especially in the Ashanti region.
In the context of illegal mining, your directive urging chiefs to take firm action against it in their jurisdictions demonstrate the continued relevance of traditional leadership in addressing modern security challenges, and this is emulating. Your Royal Majesty, beyond peace and security, your contribution to national development is monumental. Through your humanitarian support to the helpless through the Otufo Education Fund, thousands of vulnerable but brilliant students across Ghana have received opportunities to pursue education. As Chancellor of Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Your Majesty continues to bridge tradition and academia, ensuring that cultural heritage coexists with innovation and research. In the area of culture, diaspora relations, and global influences, you are a global symbol of African culture. Through cultural preservation, initiatives such as the Menchia Palace Museum and your engagement with the African diaspora, you have projected Ashanti and the Ghanaian culture far beyond our borders. These efforts have strengthened diaspora relations, enhanced Ghana's international profile, promoted tourism, and positioned our tradition as subjects of global academic and cultural study.
Well, James Savaji is still with me. James, let's talk about the Asantehene himself, because he raised some significant concerns about security and other matters during his speech. What are the details?
Well, firstly, the Asantehene also, first of all, acknowledge the fact that the relationship between the two entities must be deepened, and went further to commend the police on how they have, over the years, especially in recent years, consistently continue to ensure the safety of citizens, even in what he described as very harsh conditions that they find themselves in.
We are deeply humbled by the extraordinary courtesies extended to us this morning. Watching the ladies parade, I thought I should have worn my police dress to be here. I plead of the IGP to give me a police dress so next time when I can be a policeman. The police service has gone through many challenging epochs. Changing political circumstances have impacted on the service in different ways. But it is fair to say that through it all, the service has maintained a level of commitment and professionalism we should be proud of. Whenever and wherever you have been called upon to undertake international duties, you have acquitted yourselves with full credit. The greatest pride of Ghanaians today is that our nation is recognized in the world as an oasis of peace in an environment of turbulence. The international community widely acclaims us for the safety in our streets. If we take pride in our climate of peace and accept the plaudits of the world for the safety in our streets, we cannot fail to acknowledge the crucial role of the frontline protectors of our peace and security. When we snuggle in our comfortable beds at night, we cannot forget that there are thousands of our sons and daughters battling with mosquitoes while dutifully protecting us from the snares of criminal minds. And while we trudge along our motorways, whether in our shining limousines or the humble trotro or aboboya and praja, We cannot forget that there are again thousands of our sons and daughters keeping guard in the most inhospitable spots just to make sure we arrive safely at our destinations. The truth is not in us if we fail to acknowledge that we owe a huge debt of gratitude to the blue uniform for the safety we cherish. So today we say Aiko to the police for faithful service to the nation. Aiko for your selfless sacrifices in the most difficult terrains. Aiko for the safety in our streets. And Aiko for selflessly standing guard while we sleep.
James, you're still with us. What did he charge the police to do moving forward?
Two key charges to the police. First is the call for a modified police training, which would entail the values of society. And the second one is for the police, through the IGP, to work hard to redeem the lapsing integrity of the Ghana Police Service in some circumstances, as well as try to gain public trust moving forward.
I have always believed that the discipline and the values instilled during training by the police and military shapes one for a lifetime. No one who goes through the training is ever in doubt about what the uniform represents and the values they profess to uphold when they bear the coat of arms. So it is puzzling, to say the least, when Ghanaians see men in uniform act publicly in a manner which evidently compromises the integrity of the service. They provide an escape route to doubters who will argue that if the men of the disciplined service cannot maintain their values, how can they expect civil society to be able to do so? As we embark on this journey together, we will urge you, IGP, and your devoted colleagues to seriously tackle issues affecting police integrity and public trust. It may well be necessary to reinforce or upskill the values you include in your men, so they are left in no doubt. Whatever they do which compromises the integrity of the police also dishonor the uniform and the coat of arms they bear. I also hope that you work towards making the service politically neutral. There will always be one government responsible for the state of Ghana, and as the police service of the state, you are sworn to be unalloyed in your loyalty to the government. But there must be a line drawn between the government and a political party, and I believe both government and the service will find it in their common interest for the police to be manifestly pursuing law enforcement with bias towards none, but without fear or favor, affection or ill will. When I survey the galaxy of agile men and women assembled before me today, I'm filled with confidence that you are up to any challenge that the year may throw up, and I encourage you to stick together.
Well, my colleague James Aveji is still with us. James, just before I let you go, if you could give us updates, that closed-door meeting between the Asantehene and the IGP, do you have any updates from that?
Yeah, so gracefully, the two have given us a brief media engagement after that meeting, and the IGP has been explaining the rationale behind recent promotions in the Ghana Police Service. You recall that a few days ago, he promoted some 30 men. His justification has been that they've been promoted on the basis of their role in the combat against crime and armed robbery across the country. The Otunfo, in his remark, said the IGP must ensure that key activities in the police, including the recruitment and promotions, must stay clear of political influence in order to ensure.
Oh dear, we seem to have lost